Hi, Scorpio. Oh, cards are jumping. Just as I say hi, you're just so keen to go. The Five of Wands. The Tower. I expect something like that. Okay, we'll start from the top. We've two cards already and I haven't even gone past hello. It's like that Jerry Maguire movie. You had me at hello. That's you, Scorpio. You had me at hello. The next card jumping out is the Eight of Swords. Yeah, lots going on, Scorpio. And a lot to do with your work, your career, your office. It's going to be interesting. Let's just say that. You remember last month, if you watched the video, I said to you to let other people fix their own mess. Yeah, I hope you took that advice, particularly if it was to do with your work life and your career, because I need you to take a few steps way back and just wash your hands a little bit of the situation at the very beginning of February. Why? Because January 31st is bringing a big lunar eclipse. Hold on, I'll just tell you what jumped out there. The Hierophant, then the Eight of Pentacles, and then the Two of Pentacles. So, back to the news, The lunar eclipse, another card just jumping out, the Queen of Wands. Third time lucky. The lunar eclipse on the 31st of January will feed into February, and what it will do, it will be a big, shiny, mad moon in Leo in your 10th house. Okay, so what the heck does that mean? Four of Cups jumping out. You remember all the times you said in the past, these people are just glory hunters. They get into a position of power in the office, in the workplace, and the power just goes to their head. And they take all the credit for everything. We do all the work and they get all the glory. And they're authoritative, they're domineering, they're like tyrants, bullies. Okay? You remember that feeling last month? That moon is going to be like a big bell going ding, 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 ding. Bring out your mad, bring out your mad. And that's what it's going to do, Scorpio. It is going to put a dark light on the darker aspects of Leo, which is revealing people for their vanity, for their Two of Wands, revealing them for their vanity, for their ability to sit at the top and act like the king or the queen and be a general all-round asshole. Okay? Wearing the crown like that they know it all and they have it all, and you have to bow down before them, and dare you say anything, because you're not allowed to say anything to them because they're highly emotional and highly aggressive in some cases. So the lunar eclipse is going to show that. It's going to be a party where they get to be center stage and reveal to everybody just how frickin' vain they are and just what a pain in the ass they are. So now you understand why I gave you that advice last month, to stand back and let people fix their own mess, because you don't want to be in the middle of that crazy karaoke when it starts, when they start singing like a bird, singing the tweeting and just being crazy. And I'll say this, what a lunar eclipse can often do is trigger you. And you're saying, oh no, I'll just be happy if they show themselves for who they really are. If everybody else gets to see what I've already suspected all along, that I'll be happy with that. But that's not quite enough, because there will always be an element of being triggered in this lunar eclipse. So I don't want you to be challenged by this, my love. I want you to be so far away from it that when the rodeo goes off, you don't get caught in the lasso, okay? Right, we have a bunch of cards that just came out there as I finished talking. More than we need, but maybe we've got more to talk about than we need. Temperance. The 9 of Wands. I'm doing this all the time. I need to give you a heads up on this too. Sometimes I might look at a card and I might say, the 6 of Wands, and you're there. That is not the 6 of Wands. That is the 9 of Wands. I can't explain it. I do have dyslexia, and even though I'll get the card wrong when I announce it, I do promise you I will read the right meaning. So give me a break when you see me doing stuff like that. Look, ooh, madness, madness, madness. Did we not talk about this? 2 more cards, Queen of Pentacles and the Lovers. Okay, Scorpio, well, how do you feel about that? I mean, for those of you who are having difficulties in your work life and in your career because somebody seems to be stepping on you, they seem to be taking all the glory, and they're not actually doing anything of any real value. They just put themselves out front like the president or the showman, showwoman, and everybody's saying, aren't they just darling? Aren't they wonderful? They're running the whole show, you know. And you're in the background going, ah, no, they're not. No, they're not. Okay. It's just going to get real. It is going to get real, Scorpio. So like I said, make sure you're 200 paces back that away. Okay, when the shit hits the fan. Here we go. Let's look. Let's look. We begin, no surprise, we begin with the 5 of Wands, which talks about a group of people, possibly in your work life, because it's the 10th house beginning career work life to this month. Look at these guys. I mean, they just cannot agree on anything. I often say this is like a bunch of Boy Scouts trying to pitch a tent. And one of them is here saying, this is my stick and it's going here. And there's a, no, it doesn't go there. It goes here. It goes here. It goes, no, this is mine. This is mine. And the other one here is just saying, did anybody see where I left my sandwich? You see, so it's just nuts. And you're feeling it at the beginning of the month. It'll be a big spotlight on how people just can't get their shit together. And beside that is the Tower. And this is the zap of lightning that comes through the madness and weirdness of this lunar eclipse, which is going to make it all a crumble down. And don't be frightened by that. I mean, some of you I know are in positions in your career where you're really not feeling certain. You're not sure. Some of you could be facing redundancy, closures, and it worries you. But you know what? February is going to just bring everything down, right down to the foundation, because in many ways the situation where all this trouble is kicking off was built on bad ground. It was built on very unhealthy land, we would say. It needs to come down so it can start again and be built on more solid ground. The structure is falling apart. And look, this could be like the Tower of Babel, where the higher you go, again, career, the higher you go, the more nonsense they're talking, the less you understand what the hell they're on about. And that'll all come crashing down with a great big bolt of lightning. For some, it might be more subtle. You might not actually see the tower actually falling down, but it will be there. It will be felt. It will happen. Okay, Scorpio? And if you're under the tyranny of somebody in your workplace or in your career, that is going to be, sorry for the bad sound effects, but that is going to be knocked from the very top down like a jolt of lightning. Okay, so we're opening with work cards, work. Then we have the 8 of Swords. Now, beside that is the Hierophant. The Hierophant represents doctrines, beliefs, having a vision of the world. And here you are beside it, feeling trapped by that vision of the world. For some of you, you could get the sense that the thing that you once believed in, be it a faith or an ideology, it used to serve you. It used to give you great hope and great clarity. And now what you're finding is that it's giving you cause to feel trapped. And you want to be free of that. Now, this card also talks about self-imposed prisons, self-imposed traps. So, and the swords represent the mind. So your train of thought has been making you a bit stuck. It's been wrapping you up and causing you a bit of claustrophobia. And it's your perspective on the world which has trapped you in many ways. This card asks you to think bigger, think broader, go outside the box and don't get limited. Don't get bogged down and try to put so much effort into ideas that are now worn out. They don't suit you anymore. So take your mind out of the things that are causing you pain, strife and trouble and begin to see a brand new perspective. And even for some of you, you may want to have, I'd say, have a think about the faith that you follow. Maybe you need to go a little bit deeper into it to understand it better. Maybe you're just not getting the joy or the relief from the thing that you once believed in. So it's open your mind, baby, so that you can release yourself of the mental chatter and feeling trapped by your belief systems, okay? This card also represents Taurus or a religious person, but Taurus could be trapping you in some way. They could be making you feel like this person all wrapped up, going round and round with the words, he said, she said, he said, she said, but you said that and he said that. Taurus might be doing that to you. Or again, like I said, a person who presents themselves as a guru or somebody who is a religious person. Okay? And then what? Then what else have we got going on? We've the 8 of Pentacles happening here, which asks you to focus deeply. I think we got this last month, didn't we, Scorpio? Your mind was too scattered, okay? And you felt trapped by your thoughts. Once you broaden your mind and release yourself a little bit of those things going round and round in your mind, then you have the opportunity to focus on one thing and one thing alone. I get the sense too that because of the activity happening in the workplace, that there will be a lot of, like I said before, he said, she said, and can you believe this and believe that, and kind of na in the workplace. I'm going to ask you this month to shut that out, my love, and focus on what you're doing and doing it well. Because, I mean, if the madness is going to kick off in work, you will want to close your door or block yourself into a corner somewhere and just say, tra-la-la-la-la. The rest of you, I can't hear you because I'm too busy getting on with my job, getting on with the thing that I do best. And very often in the madness, you see, we did say this madness can trigger you. If it's going to trigger you, let it trigger you positively. Let it put a fire under your feet to get better at the thing that you do, more focused and more knowledgeable about your skills, and practice, so that by the time you're asked to present your work to somebody, it will be excellent. It will be praiseworthy, okay? And beside that, we have the 2 of Pentacles, which is all about balancing your finances. If I remember, you may have gotten this card. I can't remember, but it's balancing your money, balancing your career and balancing your purpose, because look, it's all happening behind you in your financial world and in your career. It's all up and down, and you're just trying to keep all of those things together. And it's a hard juggling act. You just want to get your head down, go to work, get focused on your career without all the unnecessary stuff that's trying to knock you off course. Okay? And this card also shows you that it's too rough at the moment to go to sea. It's too rough to travel. It's too rough to set off on a great adventure. You're land-bound. You're a landlubber now just for the moment until you get your grounding again, until you get your feet on the ground, right? And find the balance. In terms of purpose and spiritual purpose, I will go back to what we said a moment ago. Going back into your faith or the practices that you do, whatever that may be, the thing that feeds you spiritually, and focusing a little bit more on it so that you can regain your balance in all the madness that will come at the very beginning of the month of February. You will be finding your balance, and you will do it, Scorpio. You will do it. No better person, no better man, no better woman to find your balance. You'll get there. Now, before I move on, I just want to talk about the other energies that are happening in the month. Venus joining Neptune in the 5th house, right? So the Sun and Mercury then entering the 5th house. So there'll be a lot of celebrations, a lot of parties mid-month, and you'll feel like celebrating. A lot of good conversations coming through social media and on your telephone. You'll be getting a lot of calls, texts, messages from people who are just sending you happy, funny vibes, because that's what the 5th house is. It's happiness, it's fun, it's pleasure, it's joy, and it's romance. So you could be getting a little bit of romance, a little bit of flirtation through WhatsApp or on your phone or whatever, in private messages. So go with that, because that would be fun. But the only thing I'd say, with Neptune also there in the 5th house, for the month of February, I'd enjoy the flirting, enjoy the fun, and enjoy the messages. But Neptune, you can kind of take him with a little bit of grain of salt, because he's so dreamy and he wants to put a shiny gloss on everything. I'm saying he, it's also she. I'm talking to both you guys and girls. But they put a shiny gloss on the things that they do and say, that it'll be almost like being in a state of constant drunkenness on champagne. It'll be so fabulous. So enjoy it, but kind of realize that it's a little bit dramatic. It's a little bit theatrical. That's the word I'm looking for. Not all things can be believed, but like I said, enjoy it while it's going. The 4 of Cups. Look at this guy. He's sitting, looking back on his past, wondering about the loves of his past, meditating upon what went wrong, essentially, in his love in the past, and thinking about, you know, why did it go wrong? Where was it my fault? Was it their fault? Why did things not work out? And I wouldn't worry so much, because beside that, you have the universe offering you this cup of love again. So if you find yourself questioning your love life, for those of you who are in a relationship, questioning your lover and saying, something's not quite right here, something's not quite as it seems, don't panic, because it will become clearer. Love will become clearer, and there will be another opportunity again for you to feel that rush of love. So no panic, Scorpio, okay? And beside it is the Queen of Wands. Now, she's a fire sign. She could be Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius. But look at her. She's relaxed. She's cool. She's confident. Well, I won't say she's cool. She's warm with the golden glow. She's warm and confident. A pleasure to be around. Somebody like that. And that's who you'll begin to embody as you have fun mid-month in February. You'll be relaxed and enjoying it and feeling that gorgeous fiery energy of the solar eclipse happening in your 4th house. Which, see, 4 in your 4th house. Love in the family could also be a big thing. And enjoying warm times with your family. In mid-month, around the solar eclipse, which is on the 15th of February. And I will say this is also you. Mid-month, you'll be feeling more relaxed, more content, and more ready to Feel the warm glow once the madness has passed, because look, she's just looking out, enjoying the flowers, enjoying life, feeling in control. She has the staff of confidence and bravery and enthusiasm in her hand, giving her support. And there she has a little cat at her feet, but it's the cat who's looking out to the future, her intuitive side. So Scorpio, for the month of February, trust your intuition more. Have fun. Yeah, by all means, enjoy everything. But in all avenues of your life, in your career, in your love life, in your family life, have fun. But even if you have to take your eye off the ball, know that your intuition is heightened this month, and allow that to smell out all the nasty vibes, you know, so that you can see them before they come a-running. And then what do we have? The Two of Wands. Now this is a gorgeous card. We know that Mars is in your second house, giving you a push towards feeling that there's more out there, that you can make more of yourself in your career, make more money, have a greater understanding of what it takes to have more things, have more possessions, all to do with things of value in your life, and self-value in particular. By the time this month starts to roll out towards the end, you'll have a greater appreciation of yourself. You'll feel more confident and ready to take on the world, okay? And when that energy is with you, when you feel charged to go out and use this wonderful new resurgence of self-confidence and a sense of adventure, look out into the horizon, see bigger, see bolder, and trust it. Trust it more, you know? I'm going to say something here too. With the solar eclipse happening in your family life, there could be some of you saying goodbye to a family member temporarily. Maybe they could be going off on a journey and you can't be with them while they do this journey, or you have to stand back and watch as they enter the next part of their life, or they move far away from you for a moment. And it doesn't feel like a negative thing. It feels that you're standing up, watching them as they travel, as they move, as they leave. And you're wishing them well. You're wishing them good luck and good fortune. And you're sending them all your strength and wisdom and daring them to enjoy themselves. So that's for the older Scorpios who maybe have children who are going off on travels, or other family members that are just going away for a little while, and you will be sending them, like I said, love and blessings and encouragement. So enjoy that. Beside that, we have Temperance. And this is a Sagittarius card. We said there was a fire sign that's, you know, playing a big part in your life at the moment, and it could be very well a Sagittarius, because this is the Sag card. Perhaps they'll be the one that you'll be seeing off, waving farewell to for a while. But what a Sagittarius can be doing here also for you, or the energy of Sagittarius, is teaching you how to flow more and be in the moment more, to have fun, because of all of that energy in the house of fun for you in February. It could be saying, come on, let your hair down, have fun. Don't see the party is somewhere over there and you're standing at the top looking down saying, I'm having a disco of my own up here. Yeah, I'm enjoying, there's my disco ball. This is me dancing. But you're up standing back. No, they're saying, come down, come to the party. Let your hair down and flow with it. You gotta flow with it, Scorp. Because look, I know you're probably not feeling like flowing with it right now, with all the madness that's happening in your career, and for some of you also in your family life, trying to balance work and home life. I know that there's a big issue going on there for you guys, but when the party calls you out to play, go with it. Go with it. And don't just be dancing in your tower saying, yeah, here's me, look, I even got dressed up, I wore my best hat, I even wore matching shoes, stripy shoes too. It's not quite the same. You got to get down there. You got to get down there, Scorp, and play. I'm going to move the camera up here and see what's happening then for your final conclusion. The Nine of Wands. Yeah, as the month begins to end, you've got the Nine of Wands coupled with the Devil, which is the Saturn, you know. And Saturn is the hard taskmaster. He is the one that makes you learn the lessons the hard way. We spoke about this in last month's video. But the 9 here is asking you to not feel so overwhelmed by the people or the situations or circumstances in your life that are bringing that sense of oppression, burden, madness. You feel, look, he's got these people chained up and they're dancing to his tune. He's saying, stop, I am the one who gets to call the shots here. So it kind of feels like a heavy burden and a heavy weight where people are calling the shots in your life, and you feel like you just, well, you're saying, I just don't know why I should keep going with this. What's the point? Why do I have to put my energy into it when I always feel like I'm getting slapped down? Well, that's something for you to consider, Scorpio. You have a choice here. You can either learn that these people, these situations and the burdens that are being put upon you, they're not really there, so to speak. And you say, oh yes, they are. I've got the boss from hell. They're there. But remember that phrase that gets thrown around a lot. A situation doesn't become what it is unless you react to it a certain way. I said that wrong, actually. A situation only becomes what it is by how you react to it. Remember at the start of the reading, I said you were bogged down by situations and how you perceived situations, your thoughts going round and round in your mind. And the last cards here are really saying that. It's your perception of the situation that's given you the most grief. That's really what it is. These things, they aren't really important in your life. You can walk away from all of these things at any point, Scorp. You really can. So when you say, they're draining the life out of me, remember emotional vampires last month? They're draining you. You really can walk away. You really don't have to put up with it. But you do. You do want to stay in these situations. You do want to put up with a certain amount. But you just don't want it to feel like a burden anymore. And that's really your perspective. That's really what it comes down to. Kind of strange, isn't it? Kind of strange that we often do it. We all do it, Scorp. A situation comes and we get triggered and we jump in and we react a certain way. We get a knee-jerk reaction, or we say, how can they do that to me? Why does it all happen to me? And why? We're all guilty of it, Scorp. And yet here you are getting a clear indication that if your energy is low and if you are burdened by people or situations, you really don't have to take any of it. Not really. Truths will come. And you always have the truth. Remember here, the little cat watching out with his psychic vision, his night vision. You do have night vision. You're able to see things before the rest of us see it. So if you can see it before all of us, then perhaps it's time to not let it be a burden on you. You have that gift. It's the rest of us who have to go through the hard lesson of not being triggered. You don't have to do that, my love. I think we spoke a little about this last month too. So maybe the energy is coming in from January into February. It's a lesson because Saturn will always give us lessons. And I think that's really the theme. That's what you're going to learn. Not to be triggered by the assholes. Not to be triggered by situations that you can very easily walk away from. And let it just be, water off a duck's back for you. Because It can be. And then what do we have? We have the Lovers beside the Queen of Pentacles. Gorgeous card. Celebrations all through the month of February. For some of you who are looking for love, you could find a new love. You could find somebody who's very quick-witted and funny, who has the gift of the gab, who'll make you laugh, because that's what you're in the mood for in February, Scorpio. You're in the mood to just have a laugh. When you do actually come to the party with your own disco ball, you will have that laugh. And witty people will make you laugh. As they do. I mean, witty people will make you laugh. Yeah, who you tell? Yeah, but it's the sharpness. It's their bold insight, their quick and sharp tongue, which will make you say, oh my God, you're saying all the things that I'm thinking. And that's the person you'll have fun with this month. It could be a Gemini, somebody very influenced by a Gemini, very influenced by Mercurial energy, should I say. You know, I'm reading the cards, I'm moving on, but it keeps drawing me back to this card. I keep getting drawn back. It's like some of you are saying, hold on, we got the devil there. What are we talking about love here when we've got the devil? I'm not going to ignore the fact that some of you just don't want love anymore. Some of you don't want to be in a relationship anymore because it is a bit of a burden. Love is becoming a burden to some of you. But again, we'll go back, rewind. I can't even say that word now, rewind. You don't have to put up with any of this, any of it. So whether you want this love or not, or if you're feeling burdened by it, your choice, Scorpio, your choice. And then we end with the Queen of Pentacles. And this is the attitude that you're going to have, you're going to take on as you move out of February, Scorp. And it is feeling more confident in yourself. Everything we just spoke about, I think you're going to pay attention, because you are quick. You will pay attention to the signposts and road markings. And when the month ends, you'll feel more in control of your world, of your purpose, of everything that you're giving energy to. And once you're relaxed, again, a lot of this is very like last month's reading. Once you're relaxed and give yourself that space to breathe and let the window open so the bullshit can fly out, you know, as you're waving goodbye, bye bullshit, I'm just going to have a little relax here. As you do that, you'll feel more in control, more empowered, more steady and secure in your position. In your position, possibly even in work. Keep your mind on the money. Keep your mind and focus on doing your job and job well, because the madness is just going to come, and don't be triggered by it. Okay, Scorpio. I mean, I love that. The main themes again, the madness that's going to come. You've been given a heads up. Let's not forget. You will come to the realization that a lot of the problems that you have, you can actually at any point walk away from them. Dust your hands down and return to the original idea, which was just to focus on your career, focus on making money. Let your hair down a little bit. If you get the text message, few little invitations to go out, go out. And if you're getting a little flirtation through messaging, through your phone, through WhatsApp, private messaging, enjoy it. But after February ends, you'll realize that a lot of it was a little bit too good to be true. But you're able to laugh that off. Don't worry about it. And if some of you are feeling stuck in love, the same principle applies. You can walk away at any point, Scorpio, if you want to. If you want. You can certainly walk away from their problems if you want, and put distance between that. But you can also free yourself of your problems so that you can welcome a more loving environment between you and your partner. Or if you want to attract love, you will be able to release the burdens of your work life so that you can just be free to be in love and to enjoy the glowiness of the Neptune energy. Scorpio, I hope you enjoyed that. Thank God I didn't swear too much. I think I got a little bit into trouble last month for swearing so much. But who knows, maybe next month. Between then, big kiss from me to you. Take care of the madness. Don't get triggered. Until next time, Scorpio, love you lots. A big kiss from... Sorry, Scorpio, I got cut out there just as I was about to give you my big kiss from me to you. So I'm actually doing it twice. Here it is the second time. Mwah. Big kiss, Scorpio. Love you. See you next time.